Off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, station that leaves no listener behind. Number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, Streaker, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness with topics and guests and co-hosts and series to that end. If you missed my fabulous show yesterday with two doctors, we had three doctors in the house, an MD and two PhDs, talking about preventing Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And it was a great show. Loved, huge response yesterday, and we'll be just following their journey. And speaking of doctors, we have two doctors in the house this morning for you. This is a very special series that we've been running for over a year now, and I am so delighted to spend my Wednesday mornings with. She's a veteran. She's an author. She's a certified OBGyn from Compton, California. She has overcome a lot of life's opportunities. I don't like to call them challenges, opportunities to move into different places. She is the poster woman for Renaissance Woman. Please welcome back to my studio, streaming in from Montego Bay, Jamaica, Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Always a pleasure to be here, and always a pleasure to reach out to the IE.
Of course, that's your home, actually. So I can't think of a better person to do Wednesdays for you. And we're going to start with breakfast as usual, which is taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. Top of the bun, things that you're grateful for, instead of talking about all the things wrong in the headlines, instead balancing them out with things that you're focusing on that you like around you. At bottom of the bun, things that you like inside of you. It's weight training for your own self-care, self-worth, self-esteem. And that's how we start every show here, everywhere. So, Dr. Tiffanie, please, would you like to start with the top of the bun? What are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for this beautiful view, just how you love to show your view. This is my view. Look at that. Dr. Marissa, you know.
Wow. That looks like a painting.
I know, right?
OMG, look at the colors.
Yes, that
I'm getting FOMO bad right now.
It is.
Wow.
Yes.
That is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is wonderful. You get to spend that with your kid, right?
Yes.
Is this
school? So
yeah, is this vacation?
Well, that'll be my next gratitude. I am here celebrating the birthday of one of my fabulous fellow veteran friends. And this is a celebration for her. And she has celebrated my birthdays with me in the past. And I'm celebrating her birthday with her.
Wow. And what is her name?
She has actually been on the show with us. She is the esteemed cardiologist, Dr. Jacqueline Ubani. And so we love her to life. And
I love that. I'm going to steal that. That's so cool. And I'm just putting our promo up right now so that people can come and join us live. But happy birthday, dear Dr. O. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to past guest and Dr. O.
Dr. Jackie Ubany.
Jackie Ubany, not
Yes.
Obany.
Yes.
Ubany. Oh, that's so wonderful. And what is your favorite thing so far that you're grateful for in I have not been to Montego Bay. I've been to Jamaica. Where's the other place that everybody goes in Jamaica?
Ochos Rios.
Nope, that's not. I've not been there.
Oh, yeah.
There's another. Anyways,
Yeah, I love Dunn's Rivers Falls and Ochos Rios. I've climbed Dunn's Rivers Falls twice now.
wow.
And I love Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica is just fabulous. And the food here is also exquisite, especially the jerk chicken.
I was just about to say it has jerk in it, I'm sure.
Mm.
And it won't keep to bring any back for me, so I won't even ask.
I'll bring it in my belly.
Huh?
I'll bring it in my belly.
Oh, no, thank you. I am grateful to be called Jamaican sometimes. It's a compliment. It's kind of funny. I know I don't look Jamaican, but because I have 8 jobs, people go, "Oh, you're Jamaican." Because Jamaicans are known for their
Hard work. Yes.
hard work and multiple, multi hyphenates. They are the original multi hyphenates, I would say, because they do a lot of different things. So yeah. What else are you grateful for?
And I am grateful for their hospitality. They're very warm, they're very welcoming. And I am just happy to be in this environment with meeting some of Dr. Jackie's extended friends. And when I went to Costa Rica for my birthday, her sisters actually joined in. So I had the opportunity to meet some of her extra friends in her bonus family. And I did my internship with her. I actually met her when I joined the Navy many, many moons ago. And we did our internship together at Naval Medical Center, San Diego.
Wow. I love that. That's great. I am grateful that I was first runner up in a comedy competition. I did stand up here in Toronto. And there were like 48 comics, and I was first runner up. So I was very happy about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was funny because I went to my great niece and nephew's place to play mahjong, and I told them, and they're like, "How come you didn't tell us?" I'm like, "We could have come and heckled you." I said, "That's exactly why I didn't tell you guys."
Nobody loves you like family.
My family. Yeah, Eckhart Tolle says, if you think you're enlightened, spend a week with your family.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll round up the gratitudes on the outside. I'm grateful that I get a chance to spend time with my 90-year young mom. She's the one with Parkinson's. And so I spend my days holding hands with her. Some days she can speak, some days she can't. But the best part of coming this time was when I got there. Usually I, lean over and give her a kiss on the cheek or on the forehead. And this time she put her arms around me, even though they're like skin and bone. But she actually, hugged me, and I felt the kind of love that I don't think I ever remember feeling. So that was just such a beautiful moment. And she's in palliative stage, and I think they said 30. You would know the number better than I do, but I think hospice is 20, so she's close. But yeah. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that. All right, let's go to the bottom of the bun. Unless you have anything else.
Well, my last gratitude is I'm grateful that Mia has the opportunity to experience her first trip to Jamaica with me.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, let's go to the bottom of the bun. Mia, my bonus daughter. Bottom of the bun is, as I mentioned, looking for things that you like about yourself. So we're doing this for you as a model before you go to bed tonight. If you, instead of thinking about all the things you didn't get to or did wrong or be your own worst critic, beat yourself up, we want you to switch it up and think about things that you do well, that you like about yourself, and put the focus in a positive way on you. So that's what the bottom of the bun is about. Dr. Tiffanie, start us off. What do you like about yourself?
I like the fact that I'm not afraid to be a leader. And when something needs to get done, I'm okay with sacrificing what needs to be sacrificed to put my big girl panties on and bite the bullet and do what needs to be done.
I appreciate that I am funny and that I can put to rest all of the voices that were told to me by my husband that I was not funny and that I am now beyond sea level. So from the bottom of having to prove myself funny because he said I wasn't funny, now I'm at sea level and I don't need to prove myself. I know I'm funny, and now I get to build up from there, going up UP, unlimited possibilities, and just enjoy the ability to make people laugh.
That's lovely. That is absolutely fabulous. And I like the fact that I can rally other people and I'm very good at being supportive because I think when it comes to being a leader, not only should you be able to lead, you also need to be able to follow. And I like the fact that I can lead, but I can also follow when it's necessary.
Beautiful. All right, that's it for taking a bite of our gratitude sandwich this morning for breakfast here on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, and our special series, Doctors in the House, with myself and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
encouraging you to continue to have breakfast with or without me for 28 consecutive days so you can build this good life habit, hashtag Blisscipline, and sandwich your day in the most positive way. Thanks for joining us for breakfast. And now for the topic of the day. And I don't have my ding ding, did not bring it. I didn't know if the customs at the border what they would think of that. So I'm going to use this.
Hey, you!
There you go. For
Hey, you!
that is now our topic of the day, ding ding bell. It was either that or this one.
Really?
Which one do you like better?
I like the hey you.
Okay. All right. Time for the topic of the day.
Hey, you! Hey! Hey, you!
Dr. Tiffanie, what is the topic of the day?
Emotional energy. Dun-dun-dun. Are you an energy vampire?
That is a good question. You've heard that term, I'm sure. They suck the life out of you. They suck the life out of the room. That was the reaction of my millennial and Gen, whatever they are now, great nieces and nephews yesterday when I told them the topic. They do understand that what that means. So here we go. Why is that topic important to you, Dr. Tiffanie?
Because nowadays, when you go into a room, you want to know who you're in the room with. We have all experienced people when they walk into the room, sometimes their spirit just raises the atmosphere. But then you have some people who walk into the room and then they just suck the oxygen out of the room and then they just deplete all of your energy. And I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I have entered a lot of spaces, and I have encountered a lot of people, and I have interacted with different people on all of these different spectrums. And I thought this would be a great topic to talk to the our listeners about, because sometimes we have all been a vampire whether we want to admit it. Now, we may not always be an energy vampire. Sometimes we fall on different spectrums, but if we can catch ourselves and we can say, okay, well, let me stop, let me put the brakes on this, and let me not cross over that threshold, we can make a change. So I thought, things that make you go,
Hmm. So I have a couple of real examples as I've also been traveling. There always seems to be one or two people who just refuse to follow the normal rules in traveling or on the plane or in line, and they make a big giant fuss out of something that doesn't need to be made fuss out of. I would qualify them as an energy vampire. Had a couple of those on the plane. I have also been at parties or weddings, celebrations, and everybody's having a lovely time. And then one person who has either drank too much or is just not getting enough attention, right? Just acts up and acts a fool and picks a fight with somebody, starts hollering. I have another example of people, and this is like just I don't know if you call them an energy. Well, yeah, I would call them a jerk on steroids, aka energy steroid. Uh, why, when a city has no loud exhaust, right? It says there's no loud exhaust at 2 in the morning or 2:30 in the morning. You know people are sleeping, right? You get your motorbike or car that's been done up with some kind of contraption, and at an illegal decibel, just like not just turn it on. We gotta sit there and rev it up and make sure everybody is awake and aware and disrupting everything. It's like, and then zoom off, and then maybe even come back a little and zoom up. It's like, do you not get enough attention at home? You obviously have not been serviced. Almost broke my own rule. FCC rule. I mean, Dr. Tiffanie, what is the motivation of people who they know they are um Richard Wads? They know it, and they still insist on acting out with that. I obviously I've
well,
had several encounters.
well, basically, a lot of times people who are attention seeking or attention deprived are in need of something. And there's a difference between mental and emotional energy. And the question is, what is it that you definitely need? What is it that you definitely want? And all of these different things, when it comes to your emotions, are associated with your internal issues, because anger, sadness, joy, and fear, these are all different emotions that we have to experience in our lives. But as we transcend and as we go through different life experiences, we have to go through and delineate what it is that we are actually seeking at that specific moment in time. And so, as you talk about this individual who is rearing up and roaring up their engine at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you have to say, okay, what is the purpose that they're doing it? Are they on a date? Are they trying to impress a woman? Are they upset with their partner? What is the rationale? You're trying to sleep. You don't know what their issue is, but they're doing it for some reason. At that time, you just want to get some sleep. You could care less what their reason is.
Exactly. I don't give a flying fork through a rolling donut why what's wrong with them. I just want them to stop. But here's the thing, it's almost like they're looking for someone to
Give them
validate and give them attention and say, don't do that, you know, and they're raring for a fight. So
I disagree. They're not raring for a fight. They are raring for attention. And at that time, whether it's positive or negative, they want some attention. They want validation. And whether that attention is positive or negative, that individual that's rearing up that engine, they don't necessarily care if it's positive or negative. It's like, hey, look at me. It's kind of like that person who is loud. If they don't have a hearing deficit problem where they can't hear themselves, they're just speaking loud because they want to be heard.
Right.
So you have to look at the reason as to why. There's always a reason why. There's always a motivation as to why someone is doing something. So you have to get to the root cause as to the why people are behaving the way that they're behaving. There's always an underlying rationale.
So I just can't take them out, is what you're saying.
That part. Ding, ding. That part right there. And
okay, before I continue to point my fingers out, Dr. Tiffanie has found a quiz because I may be an energy vampire and not even be aware of it. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen as well as put the address if you want to play along and be part of the quiz today, which Dr. Tiffanie loves doing, and I love playing along with her in terms of, are you an energy vampire? So I just put here it is. Okay, so you can go ahead, go to the chat. If you're driving and tuned in on AM, FM, please do not go to the chat, but wait till you're landed somewhere. And we're going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to take it. Have you taken it already?
Yes, but I'll take it with you. It's just 10 questions.
Okay, here we go. And if you're wondering what's going on in studio today, we're about to take a very important quiz on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. AM 1050, FM 106.5, the station that leaves no one behind. See, I've been getting dinged for not doing enough station IDs. Here we go. Do you often find yourself needing the attention and validation of others? Oh, this is a tough one. Well, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a media personality. That's part of my job. So, Dr. Tiffanie, I hate questions like this because on one hand, I really don't care, right? What you think of me is none of my business, but for my work, it kind of does need the attention. So I know you're going to make me say yes.
Just be honest with yourself, Dr. Marissa.
Are you frequently described as being demanding or emotionally draining? Are you asking my kids? I'm going to say no. I'm not emotionally draining. I have more confidence.
Dr. Marissa, what would your children say, Dr. Marissa?
Nope. Do you struggle to maintain positive relationships due to frequent conflicts? No, because if it's not easy, it's out of the realm. Is it challenging for you to empathize with others? No, definitely not. Do you feel emotionally drained after social interactions? No. Are you quick to criticize or belittle others? In my head. So I'm going to say out of my mouth, no. Do you find your mood significantly impact those around you? Okay. I know you want me to say yes. Are you hesitant to take responsibility for your actions or their impact? No, I will take responsibility. Do you frequently interrupt or dominate conversations? Again, the perception is if I'm a leader and if I'm speaking on a stage, I am going to dominate the conversation. That's not a conversation. No. Have you received feedback about your tendency to drain others? No. Great. So where's the I'm not an energy vampire. Your answer is that you do not display typical traits of an energy vampire. You contribute positively to your relationships, fostering a more uplifting and supportive environment.
So we got the same score.
Yeah, we got the same score.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you got.
That's
Is there like, is it just yes and no? You are or you're not?
That's correct. It's very
okay.
simple, very straightforward. You either are or you are not.
Okay. So I think that if I did it for here's what type of guy suits your personality. Ooh, can I take this one?
You can take that one.
Let's see. Where would you like to go? It's my show, right? Where would you like to go for a date? Amusement park, to a concert, to watch me? Amusement park for sure. Have you volunteered occasionally? Friday night. Go to a movie. Necklace. Valentine's gift for your boyfriend. Box of chocolate. Tickets to favorite concert. Good qualities do you look for in a guy? Great personality, hilarious person, sweet, sincere, kind, who understands me completely. Ooh. I would say this one. What do you think, Dr. Tiffanie?
That's the type of guy that you want. So
Yeah. Great personality, I would say. Let's see. How's you gonna dress up? Comfortable and casual, latest logo, bright color, skinny jeans with North Face jacket. I like. Oh no, wait. How would you like your guy? Okay. Anything that's the latest in trends. What do you think? You know me. Probably trendy. What kind of musician interests you the most? Rap, pop, EDM, R&B, and jazz for sure.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Which food items do you like the most? Nothing Mexican. Pasta. I'd say pasta. Tell us your opinion. It doesn't have Asian food on that. Did you notice that? Tell us your opinion about the school. Believe it's a great place to meet. Think it's a place to slack off. Date around and go on camping trips. Are you
Place to
kidding me?
teach.
Jeez. Platform to excel in sports and learn cheerleading. Learn drama and foreign languages. We'll go with that one. That's a weird question. One wish. World peace. Chocolate. 10,000. Falling into a man of my dreams.
World peace.
That's you. I'm between these two because I'm already working on the world peace.
The man of your dreams. You want
I'm gonna do that one. What do you find most attractive in a man? Romance, physique, courage, networking abilities. Ugh. Romance. Do you consider? Oh, heck yeah. Totally. What is your outlook on life? One big adventure. You live and learn. Oh, all of the above. This is, 6 more questions. Sorry, I hijacked your quiz. Which one of these is your favorite movie gender? Real life. There's no real life. Okay, I'll say romantic. Anything on that favorite channel? Okay. Netflix. Biggest weakness is that I think I am none of the above. I don't trust anyone easily. Let's dislike a man. Guys that complain, can't express their love, dislike eating, unhealthy eating, impatience, intolerance. What do you think? For you would be impatience and intolerance, I don't think, right?
Correct.
Or- yeah, right. I got it. Can't express their love. I'm going to say that one. When you have an argument with your partner, how would you want them to behave? Give me space to introspect. Take me on a wonderful date. Get me gifts and flowers. Talk to me and get everything clarified. Cook me a nice meal. I would guess for you, it would be this one. Talk to me and get everything clarified.
Communication is key.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to say give me space. Second last one. What is your love language? Let me guess. Yours is acts of service or quality time.
Quality time.
Okay. I am. What do you think mine is? I'm going to say receiving gifts.
Yeah, yours is definitely gifts.
Which of these have you wished to do with your partner? Bungee jumping, long romantic, get drunk and watch favorite movie, go to the gym every day? No. 10 parties and soda as a desirable couple. Huh. What do you think? Yours would be long romantic vacation, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting you right on. I'm getting myself not as right on, but let's see.
That could be the problem.
That would be the problem. All right. Let's see. Great. You got the daredevil. The guy that suits you the most knows how to have fun. He loves trying new things and exciting adventure. He loves life to its fullest. He's understanding, funny, and sweet. He ultimately gets you, and you love that. He can always find time for you. Love it. I'm going to take a picture because this is the guy that is putting it in my intention wheel. There we go.
Okay.
No
now let's get back to our emotional.
Sorry, back to our topic.
It's focus. Focus.
I didn't realize it was that long. All right. We are now back at Daredevil. And what we found out that is we are both not daredevils.
No.
Okay. And I would, to finish off, why... If someone is not daredevil, energy vampire. So if someone is an energy vampire, you said before we took the quiz that it was important for you to understand why they are an energy vampire. And this is where Dr. Tiffanie and I always part ways. For me, I don't give a flying fork through a rolling donut why you are. I just don't want to be around you because I don't feel good when I'm around you. And it's just easier for me to step away from the device and walk away. Dr. Tiffanie, in all of her caringness, which is where we vastly differ, wants to understand. So for people who are more like you, when we come back from break, you're going to let people know how to approach an energy vampire and make them lose their teeth and stop them from having the ability to draw blood. When we return, we're going to take a quick break for news, weather, traffic, and a word from our sponsor. Please don't go away. We'll be right back in 2 and 2. Not 2 minutes necessarily, as Chuck Wooler used to say, but peace in, peace out. Don't go away. We will be right back with Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, and our very special Wednesday series, Doctors in the House, with myself and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tiffanie Tate, and I'm here to talk to you about 3 books. The first book is Money Matters. This book is about three brothers who find $100 bills on their way home from the park. They race home to tell their mother all about it, and she teaches them about saving, tithing, and investing. The next book is called Bad Touching. It is a story about two sisters, Lily and Linda, and they learn about good touching and bad touching while attending an assembly at school. The last book is called Little Engine Mia Sings, and it is a story about a little train engine named Mia who gets bullied on the playground by by another train engine named Bruce. And you can pick up all these books on Barnes and Noble or on Amazon, as well as my website, www.drtiffanietate.com. Little Engine Mia Sings is also available as an audiobook. Pick these books up today. You will not be disappointed. Have a great day.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thanks to you all. And streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course, my show Central. Please free subscribe to my YouTube TV channel that houses 1,371 podcast shows, but who's counting, over the last 676 consecutive weeks, going on 13 years, May 1st. So super happy to have you here. And as you can see, it is Wednesday, time for Doctors in the House with myself and
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
And today's topic is, are you an energy vampire? Really? And I promised you that when we got back, Dr. Tiffanie Tate would help you diffuse or take the fangs off of any energy vampires that you may be facing in your life, in case you don't want to be like me and just step away from the device and look somewhere else for a more pleasant surrounding. Dr. Tiffanie, how do we diffuse energy vampires?
Well, an energy vampire basically can be a toxic person if they are always in your life, if it's not a random stranger, because they are always leaving you depleted. I always say this is that Eeyore mentality person. They're like, hello, how you doing? What are you doing today? I'm doing nothing. They leave you emotionally exhausted. It could be your boss. It could be your coworker. It could be a friend. God willing, it's not your child because you can't really get rid of your child. Hopefully it's not your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, because that too can be exhausting. So you really want to be careful, because you want to surround yourself with people who uplift, enlighten, and improve your atmosphere, and not necessarily bring you down, because energy vampires can make you feel anxious, agitated, uneasy, and they make you sometimes doubt your own capabilities. So you want to learn how to identify these people in your life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I do think that most energy vampires are coming from a place of they're not comfortable with themselves. And if they're not comfortable with themselves, they're going to make everybody else uncomfortable with themselves. And I'll say that there are some that are unintentionally, they have no idea what their impact is because they have very little self-awareness. And if that is the case, I will say something to them. And when I do my work as an organizational psychologist and I get to work with executives and do executive coaching, the very first time I meet, my question is, are you interested in knowing how you impact others around you? Not that you need to change, but if you should choose to want to connect with more people easily, is that some data that you would like to have? And that way, I can co-opt them into taking responsibility for their impact. Because most people, if I ask them, are you an energy vampire? They're going to say no, right? Even if they are, especially the ones that are the ones, the best example is a manager that sits in a staff meeting and says, okay, there've been a lot of personal calls lately. And the one person who makes all the personal calls doesn't hear that. And the rest of them who don't go, oh, is he talking about me? And then they pulls the manager aside all day. Is that me you were talking about? Is that me? Instead, manager, just go to that one person. Because they're the ones that just don't get it and they need a little help with you got a problem.
Absolutely. And there are some signs that you can be wary of about energy vampires. A lot of times they're overly negative. They constantly criticize and belittle other people. They never really want to take accountability or responsibility. That's why you saw some of those questions in the quiz. They're always complaining about other people. So, I always say, you heard that people are always pointing the finger at other people, but then there are always three fingers pointing back at you, right? And a lot of times they act like a martyr. It's like, oh, it's me. I'm taking on all these things. It's all this. I'm so self-sacrificing. And so they're overly dramatic.
OMG, Dr. Tiffany, you just nailed that one. Someone I just got rid of in my life. Oh, I didn't realize that was the term, because every time I talked to her, before I could say anything, she would give me a list of all the things that she was just doing. And I never asked her for her itinerary for the day. Like, oh, I did this and I did that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Light bulb just went on.
Yeah, and a lot of times they tend to be like the one-uppers. They want to prove that they're better than everybody else. They're more successful than everybody else. They have to go the extra mile, and I think it's good to be competitive. I mean, I'm competitive. You're competitive. There's nothing wrong with being competitive. There's nothing wrong with being with trying to be the best, but you don't have to always do that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I was going to put this in the chat. Can you quickly check your audio settings and make sure the top two are checked off, because there's just a little bit of echo, but I know you are streaming in from Montego Bay. So the first two, just make sure those are checked off on the audio settings. But yes, those who know energy vampires in your life, Dr. Tiffany, I'm sure has done some research on how to approach them. For me, without the research necessarily, I just know that when I ask anyone if they want to be more effective with other people, it might give them a chance to say, yes, I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. And a lot of times they always have to be the center of attention. They won't let other people have the limelight. It's like when they walk in the room, it is all about them. Always.
Yes. And I guess I don't want to take things too personally.
That's not you, Dr. Marissa.
Huh?
That's not you.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it's that, because we are both leaders and because of both we are in the spotlight a lot. I want to be cognizant that I'm not that, right? So I want to distinguish between being having a spotlight on you doesn't necessarily mean you're an energy vampire, right? If you have a spotlight on you and the feeling is positive, right? That's energy giving.
Mhm.
Because I also want to encourage people who think that they don't want to stand out, and so they hide the bushel, right? The bushel, and one of the things that I try to do with my Happy 88 mission is everyone has a unique talent, gift, and ability, and yet some of us are afraid to shine because they don't want to be seen as an attention hogging energy vampire.
I'll give
So
you an example. Say, for instance, we're both going to a wedding that we know that traditionally the bride wears white. We decide to show up in wearing white,
good
knowing,
example.
knowing that that's something that we shouldn't do. Normally, just the bride wears white to the wedding, unless she explicitly says, "I want people to wear white." We don't try to steal the bride's thunder. That's
Right.
considered
That's
rude
a great
and
example.
obnoxious and outrageous for women to wear white to a wedding when only the bride is supposed to wear white.
Mhm. Yeah.
Any woman wearing white other than the bride is considered obnoxious and rude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And um, if I tell this to when I coach kids or teenagers who don't like themselves, when they go to a new grade or they go to a new situation, if you don't like parts of yourself, then pretend that nobody knows you well, they don't in this new situation, and be who you want people to see you as. So the chance for self-development and awareness in asking this question, are you an energy vampire, is a great opportunity. Don't beat yourself up if you realize that you are, but know that uh, everybody can find the balance. If you know that you're a person that talks a lot, maybe you don't want to talk as much. I'm that person. When I first started the show, I was talking a lot because I was nervous. I wasn't sure, the lag between talking and listening, and I got feedback. You talk too much. It didn't feel good. I didn't like hearing it, but it made me a better interviewer and a host and so on. So there's a balance there.
hmm And when I was researching the different types of energy vampires, they broke it down into three types. There was the melodramatic, the egomaniac, and then the dependent. And so those were the different classes. Because I was like, oh, there are different classes of energy vampires. And the melodramatic, they essentially feel entitled to take up your time because they believe their attention supersedes everyone else's. Kind of like the person who was revving up their engine at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then the dependent, they want the details of everything, and basically they want he or she really doesn't want to let you down, and they just want to suck everything out of you. And so
Constant approval.
yes, and so that's different. So they're just kind of sucking all that energy out of you, that helpless.
Needy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell
So
me what to do. Tell
yeah,
me what to do in this situation. You've told them what to do in this situation for a year now, and they're still coming back and asking you, what should I do in this
yes,
situation?
they're helpless, they're hopeless, and it can be a male, it can be the female. Oh, woe is me. And so, I mean, everybody needs help sometime. And
Yeah.
I can't say that don't help people. But if they are chronically in that situation and they don't want to take your advice and they don't want to listen to you, and it's been 5 years and it's been 10 years, and this is like it now become your job. I don't know if it's a them.
Unpaid,
Yeah,
unpaid job. right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm glad you brought this up, Dr. Tiffany, because this is the number one way for those people who say, I don't have enough time. I ask them to do an audit of what they do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. And one of the things, the quickest way to gain an hour back of time a week is that one person who calls you and you tell them the same thing every time and they don't listen to you. So one time, if someone asks me for advice, I'll give it to them one time. If they don't follow the advice and they come back, then I either charge them, make them a client, or I say, I'm sorry, there's nothing about what I said before that's changed. So I don't have the time right now to do that with you. Thank you.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And then there's the egomaniac. This one, he or she feels entitled to your time. So your time doesn't belong to you. It is automatically theirs.
Egomaniacs with an inferiority complex is a
Mhm.
combo of the second and the third. I love that expression.
Mhm.
But yes, and this could be your boss.
Mhm.
For a lot of people, that is the definition of their boss. And, you know, I would ask you, when people come to me and complain about their boss, I will say, is this the first time this has ever happened? And they'll say, no, I've had 3 bosses in a row like this, or I have a boyfriend like this, or I have a mother like this. And I will ask them to look at themselves. What about you is attracting people like that into your life?
Yeah.
Because at some point, you're the root cause.
And
You're the common denominator.
it's important to assert yourself because it's and reaffirm that what you hear. So I think it's a great idea that you think that, but I would like to do this instead. Now, when it comes to your boss, you don't want to get fired, but you also have to flex the federal laws that protect you when it comes to your job, because there are laws that protect you and your time, especially if they're always overstepping it and overstepping their legal bounds when it comes to your hours and your time.
Yeah. I had a case exactly just like this last year with a client who realized that her inability to believe in herself led her to jobs where she was not allowed to show what her worth was or be creative. So she picked jobs that specifically had people who were overbearing, controlling, energy vampires, egomaniacs, and it was a pattern. So it was until she could stand and say, you know, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm not good at that, but I'm good at this. Then she kept attracting those situations. So just a little nudge for anybody who is complaining about the plethora of energy vampire bosses in their lives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything else in the research on energy vampires, Dr. Tiffany?
I think that is all we have time for. Delving deep in there.
Absolutely. And we want to let you go and play in Montego Bay. But final word for you, Dr. Tiffany.
My final word is to remember yourself. You matter. You are key. And remember to enforce limits. Be persistent and do not become an energy vampire yourself. Remember, we all have needs, and we have to remember ourselves. We have to respect ourselves. We have to love ourselves. And no one is going to love us if we can't love ourselves. No one is going to respect our time if we can't show them how.
Fabulous. So, my final word is there's a balance. It's always about balance. Know yourself. If you feel like you are sucking some energy out of other people, to back off a little. And if you don't feel like you are, in the attention that you should be, then go that way. If you are an energy vampire and you're listening today, only 2 words for you: stop it. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through, inner peace. Tomorrow's Throwback Thursdays. Friday is Straight Talk with Ricky Rebel. So keep it here on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. Thank you so much for tuning in to Doctors in the House with
Dr. Tiffanie Tate.
Now go and have. Hold on. Oh, wait. I haven't got the. I haven't got the music ready. Give me a second here. Dr. Tiffanie, take us out for not the weekend, but for the day.
The best day ever.
Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.